aquaculturist cashing in on burgeoning demand. The ginger man gets ginger flavored and flourishing. Cluck cluck, the tale of the housewife and the reverberating egg song. These are stories from the agro-processing and productivity enhancement and livelihood improvement support project, Appeals. They depict success and foreshadow substantial positive impacts on farmers, their livelihoods and families, as well as Nigeria's national food production. These stories represent the collective aspirations of thousands of beneficiaries across 6 focal states. This is what the Appeals Project is about.
A good way to drive home the point would be a collection of motivating, happy, inspiring, and appealing stories. These are true life transforming stories indeed.
While it may not be possible to tell all of their stories, some of them will drive this narrative. A good fish hatchery management is a critical tool in intensive fish culture. And for the Appeals Project, supporting the Fish Hatchers Association of Badagry is expedient for many reasons. Aquaculture is one of 3 priority value chain products for Lagos State under the project.
Like we used to say in our group, we say the cycle begins with us. Because without the seedlings, you can't have fishermen outside there. Because gone are those days where we rely on the wild to get your seedlings because of the high demands of catfish. So now we have to do this artificially, and so without the seedlings here, you can't boast of fish farming in Nigeria. So it is so imperative that farmers rely solely on hatchers to survive.
The Fish Hatchers Association of Badagry is a cluster comprising 6 groups, each with a minimum of 10 beneficiaries. The hatchery's major challenge in the days prior to the intervention by the Appeals Project was poor water quality and low productivity.
Actually, our Peace Project has been so supportive to us, and we were being supported with treatment plants, brood stocks, and fish feeds, and as well as treatment kits too. So, and that has really impacted greatly on us.
The cluster now has 90 more hatcheries in operation, and together they have an output capacity of 1.5 million seeds per circle. A circle being between 1 and 3 months.
Based on the demand, it is increasing because right now protein, fish protein has been identified as one of the best protein. So everybody is trying to key into that protein line.
A key component of appeal support to beneficiaries is the deliberate establishment of linkages and partnerships amongst businesses within specific commodity interest groups. These structured business alliances ensure that farmers like Jolao Lua and his team are assured a ready market for their fingerlings and post-juvenile seeds.
It has really impacted us positively because now we have a front. Now our association is stronger with the help of Appeals. Thank you, Appeals.
The Lagos Appeals Project is also flying high in its intervention of another of its priority value chain, this time rice. The intervention here includes the adoption of the rice netting technology, in addition to farming inputs and equipment supplied by Appeals Project to the cluster.
The good thing about the net is this. Number one, you can use the net 2 times or 3 to 4 times in a season. Then it cuts your cost as into minimal. Like another thing, it saves your time, it saves your breath and your stress.
The support is targeted at production and productivity enhancement. And so far, Courtesy of Appeals, Blessed Rice Farms ticks all the boxes in that direction.
Before meeting the NTAi thing, I think our yield is around 1 ton. We even drag with 1 ton, apart from even net. Not for anything, because of the variety of the offer that we're planting. But now, presently, right now as I'm talking to you, 2 ton, 2.5. Even if you manage your farm very well, like you don't do ojukokoro. Let me put it that way, ojukokoro, Yoruba things. If I do 1 hectare, I can assure you that someone that do 2 hectares, 1.5 hectares, if care is not taken, you will see more than that person.
Typically, as would be expected, Obitunde and other members of 5 groups that make up this rice commodity interest group are excited about the changing fortune. For residents of Kano, these mini trucks, and not just their model or make, but these particular green ones, are a common sight. The products they transport are, however, more popular. It is the mix for gurasa, the leavened local bread popularly consumed as a snack in northern Nigeria. And the main ingredient is wheat, the 3rd priority value chain for Kano Appeals Project.
Sunana Amina Abubakar. Sunan cluster mu kwana dala.
The noticeable improvement in this bakery that makes it different from the traditional gurasa shop is the infusion of modern baking machines into the mix. Then, there is the fabricated oven, a fascinating technology adoption for gurasa production in Kano. Unlike the ones baked in the tanderu, the locally made earthenware pots, Amina and a number of women in this cluster are familiar with the pains associated with baking gurasa the old-fashioned way.
Saboda bayan da kai sababbin gogaggen da ka soma kana iyawa kai ma konewa kake to wanda izo in ya ji kuna ɗaya kuna biyu wani zai ce kai ba ni da abinci a cikin abin nan ba zan iya yi ba to sai ya kasance an samu ci gaba ni kai na ga irin yan kokkonewar tawa sai ya kasance an samu ci gaba a cikin wayannan al'amari yanzu ya kasance sai ki hura yaro karami ma in ya gani yau gobe jibi in kika ce ije i babu hayaki babu kura irin takara ta toka ko kuma ta itace.
This cluster can now boast of utilizing nearly 1 metric ton of wheat per day into gurasa, and business is good.
Kamar da Apis ta zo ta kawo mana ci gaban obin din nan yanzu da yawan mu ana rashin lafiya a ce wutar da muke haɗiɗiya ce to yanzu saboda ta kawo obin mun samu ci gaba cututtukan ma sun yi sauki ba abin da za a ce alhamdulillah akwai kasuwa sosai.
On the fringes of Kano metropolis, in Dawakin Kudu local government area of the state, a signpost beckons the presence of yet another group of beneficiaries. As a cluster made up of 3 commodity interest groups, they are particularly thriving in value addition and post-harvest management.
Hakikanin gaskiya a baya wannan hanya muna samun matsaloli masu tarin yawa kamar muka sarrafa kayanmu motocin da suke shigowa cikin su dau kaya saboda rashin kyan hanya suna dan ma'ana suna kamuwa wani ma zubin muka ce a zo a dau kaya ba sa shigowa.
A major intervention by the Appeals Project that has smoothened and boosted operations around here is the construction of this 0.47 kilometer farm access road, linking the Kwana Dawaki rice processing cluster to the market.
Ana iya awa daya, awa biyu, awa uku fiye da haka ma. Wata ma takan iya yin 24 hours, awa 24 tana kafe har sai guri ya samu abin nan din da za ta iya fitowa daga gurin. Ku kanku shaida ne za ku ga manyan motoci da abubuwan hawa inda suke ta zirga-zirga akan kwaltan nan ga drainage mai kyau wannan kuma wannan abu an mana kyauta ba tare da mun ba da wani abu ba kaga ba abin da za mu face godiya akan wannan ainihin project nasu.
In Calabar Municipality, another cluster under the Appeals Project is literally and figuratively solving the marketplace chicken-egg problem. Here, the farmers rise with the chickens, with each new day presenting new opportunities. The first 2 weeks are critical in broiler brooding, but it is easier when the farmer gets day-old super chicks as inputs.
Before now, we've had challenges on the quality of day-old chicks. This is primary, this is key. And the Appeals Project actually looked into this and gave us, for me, what I would say has been the pivot of our success. Super chicks, excellent super chicks. One of the beneficiaries under Ikore Urban Cluster. So these are the super chicks I told you of. These are just barely 1 week. But just barely 1 week. Precisely, you can see the performance.
There are a total of 140 beneficiaries in this cluster, spread across several cooperatives, with each focusing on different aspects of poultry production and management.
Before this time, because of the local brooding technology we have been using, we struggle to get an average of 2 kilos at 7-8 weeks. But with the quality day-old chicks, the pelletized feed, and the gas brooding system, we've been able to achieve, in a space of 4 weeks and 5 weeks, and we achieve an average of 2.5 to 3 kilos.
Cosmos is basing the successes being recorded by the cluster to the knowledge acquired during the trainings by the Appeals Project.
As you can see, they are laying, and they are giving us a laying capacity of not less than 90%. By this sequence of which I've been able to analyze, we have made much output in kilos, we have made much output in money, and we have also made much output in our livelihood.
There is no question that this cluster is happy with where they are at the moment. Arguably one of the largest poultry farms in the country, Cali Farm is a testament that the Cross River State Appeals Project is taking its second priority value chain quite seriously. Cali Farm is an outgrower scheme operated by the Poultry Association of Nigeria and the state government, with key support from Appeals. Aside the automated drinkers and feeders, again courtesy of Appeals, there are a combination of other automated machines, including the heat repellers, dosing machines, and heat control panels.
And the process of our feeding the bird is not as strenuous as it used to be when we were still in the crude way of doing poultry business. So the presence of Appeals and in conjunction with the state government, like I said earlier, has lifted so many youth, more especially the unemployed.
From pan to pan, the feeling of gratitude to the Appeals Project is the same. It rings loud and it rings true.
Welcome to Cali Farm!
As one of the fastest growing poultry processing plants in Enugu, Chifra Fresh is setting big targets and making big gains.
The intervention has actually helped us a lot because our capacity, storage capacity has increased. You know, it has almost like tripled after the intervention. So it's helping us to source more products, helping us to store more, you know, helping us to, to also meet our customers' demand.
Poultry processing may seem like a simple enterprise, but a lot definitely depends on cooling and storage. It isn't just enough to improve on processing time and increase the daily quota of processed birds. Marketing is critical, and that is an area that Chifra is also doing commendably.
Assuming we're taking it to Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, Imo State, Abia State, or Kigwe, some customers do come there, from there to purchase from us so that it can reach them in a good condition. So that's why we have, all the poultry products, both frozen and fresh.
Asked if there is an option for chicken export in her expansion plan, Chinyere was barely fazed and responded eagerly.
In as much as Rome is not built in a day, we've taken a step, This is one step we've taken, and we are researching on that, and by the grace of God, we are going to, be one of the people that, takes these products out of the shores of this nation.
Having a finished product already in the market tops the list. But that would not have been possible without the intervention of the Appeals Project.
The old method is that we use this frying pan. When you fry it at that level, we transfer it to this constructed pit. If you pack it in this pit, you use ordinary soil to cover it.
The Appeals Project has now supported groups like the Udoamaka Diobe Cashew Processing Multi-Purpose Cooperative with technology to ease the process.
If you are using the local method, you don't boil more than 2 kg at a time. Otherwise, it will not be evenly done. But with this thing, you can put 100 kg bag here once and boil it within 1 hour. It is done.
The interventions also include a 200 kilogram capacity automated cracking machine, dryer, and a grading machine. The cluster was also assisted with a toasting machine, a peeling machine, a 15 kVA power generating set, and a set of wheelbarrows.
The ratio of profits is enhanced, prospects is enhanced, welfare of members is enhanced, our health is enhanced.
Dr. Anikwe says the cooperative is already looking beyond local marketing.
We have already started interacting with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council to see how they can help us facilitate our exportation interest.
It may seem as though the marketing of Gari, which is one of the major products processed from cassava, is predominantly a female activity in the countryside. Cassava is a priority value chain for Kogi Appeals, hence the interest in this group. They are the Osara Women Cassava Processing Multi-Purpose Cooperative, comprising 2 commodity interest groups of 10 members each. The group has been working a lot more than they're used to, arising from a growing demand for 2 of their cassava processed products. Their latest and improved areas of expertise are in the production of odorless fufu flour and high-quality cassava flour.
When we bring the cassava, we peel it. After peeling, we wash the cassava, we grind it in the engine, then we put it inside the sack, take it to the jack, and jack it there. When the water is dry, we sieve it like this. After sieving, we fry the gari.
Trained by Kogi Appeals, the Osara Women Cassava Processors have become adept at the new improved methods and liken their products to the very best in the market.
Before, we don't even have the idea of this. We don't have the idea. It is the normal one that we used to do here, and we do and say. It was Appeal that now came and said we can get it in flour form, which we are all surprised. How? Is it possible? Is it possible? After the training, they trained us how to do it, which we did, and we tested it, and it was perfectly okay and excellent.
We have a good market for cassava, odorless, and fufu flour. We sell to them in the market and workers, even in university staff. They used to buy from us.
Whether it is fufu or bread made from high-quality cassava flour, these women are making significant impact in the marketplace and, importantly, in their homes.
Every member are very happy with this method because even this odorless cassava fufu is exactly like a pando. No difference. Within 5 minutes, you prepare everything. It's not hard to prepare.
These women have learned to beat the odds and are grateful to Appeals for giving them the opportunity. Somewhere in the elite axis of Lokoja metropolis, another quartet is making the appeals project to stand tall.
My name is Toby. My name is Kabir. My name is Sam. And we are Tech Integrated Farms.
It is a women and youth empowerment initiative of the project, and their business is egg production.
We met during the training and we introduced ourselves and we shared the passion of poultry farming. We presently have a good number of beds of 1,426 beds. We make 36 crates on a daily basis.
As it stands, we have actually enhanced the market of sellers of feed, buyers of eggs, even down to the sellers of crates, because we keep buying paper crates and we patronize them, so it's an addition to the economy.
Barely a year since starting this business, these three say their lives have turned around completely, now moving in a forward trajectory.
I would like to say a very big thank you to Appeals Kogi State, Appeals National, and the World Bank. Thank you so much for this project, and we will continue to, build on these efforts to empower other youths. We have started by employing some youths. By God's grace, we hope to expand.
Before the coming of Kogi Appeals to Ochaja communities about this road, the road is more or less like a footpath.
This particular infrastructural intervention by Kogi Appeals Project is critical to the continued operation of some cashew production, processing and marketing clusters in Ochaja. It is a 2.7-kilometer farm access road, and in terms of value, the end users can barely wait for its completion.
The way I'm looking at the job is like a dream to me up to today. It's like a dream for me up to today, because I don't expect this kind of work to be in a Ochaja community by this time. And we don't even expect that the World Bank will come for the assistance for constructing this road at this level. The cashew farmers, we can move our farm product from the farm conveniently to the warehouse now. And it's not limited to only the people in the cashew cluster under Kogi Appeal that are benefiting. That is why, as both the direct users and direct users, we are happy as a neighboring community in this area for what Kogi Appeals is doing for us. It's a room you. I'm a little boy now. So, I don't make sure my boy have
My name is Hope Nkendrim. I'm an appeal beneficiary, and I'm indeed happy that appeal indeed has changed my life.
It has been nearly 2 years since Hope on Poultry Farm was established, but each new day births new targets for Hope.
When I wake up after my prayers, I come in, the first thing I do is to on the lights. That will let them know that somebody is already inside the poultry farm.
Empowered under the women and youth components of the Appeals Project, Hope is definitely a hard worker and sees great things in her future as a poultry farmer.
I was given about 335 points of lay with 78 feed. Before they finished the feed, I was able to realize a sufficient amount that enabled me to get additional battery cage. Before now, I was not really doing anything serious. I only assist my husband, but today I'm a businesswoman of my own. There I've been able to employ somebody, at least somebody is in my payroll now, that on a monthly basis she can get something to assist her family. Secondly, I've been able to help my neighborhood. And for myself, as you can see, I'm a big woman now.
With open grazing still being a big part of animal husbandry in northern Nigeria, a major challenge for herders and their animals has always been access to water points.
Allah kama wani lokaci da Appeal ta zo ta mana wani aiki a nan na mashaya ruwa. Lokacin da ba wannan abun na mashaya ruwa, kamar wannan season din shanu ba su zuwa shan ruwa a wurin nan saboda tabo da wasu abubuwa, amma yanzu gashi muna watan 7 kusan shiga watan 8 ga shanu suna zuwa suna shan ruwa a nan wurin. Kullum shanu suna zuwa shan ruwa a wurin nan za su kai kimanin kaman 200-300 shanu da suke shan ruwa a nan kowane rana.
The intervention focuses primarily on the welfare of the livestock and somewhat services the business alliance between herders, who are producers of milk, and milk processors under the Appeals Project. Pockets of pastoralists such as the Rafin-Guza cluster form the bulk of milk producers in Nigeria. With increased and continued support, they are more likely to increase production and overtake milk importation in Nigeria.
Muna godiya da Appeals abin da ta mana, ta ba mu abinci na farko, ta ba mu magani, shiga shanunmu sun yi kyau, kuma ta ba mu shanu wanda su crossing din nan mu canza mana shanukanmu.
For now, it is clear enough. Under the Appeals Project, descriptions such as small or large pale in comparison to value and utility. Whether it is Lagos, Kano or Enugu, Cross River, Kogi, or indeed Kaduna, the value or utility of appeals interventions can only be gauged in terms of the lives that have been transformed.